welcomes you to the following presentation of the National Football League.
The punter, Bradley Pinion, will handle kickoff duties. And off we go from Minneapolis. Price now to return it. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. So the Vikings come out. Technically, it is year 2 for J.J. McCarthy. But really, it's year 1. Did not play at all in the regular season last year with the knee injury. The former Michigan Wolverine, the quarterback of the Vikings.
Mike, when you put the film on of J.J. McCarthy, what really jumps off the screen is his ability to display footwork both inside and outside the pocket. And those movement throws, especially in today's NFL, they are so critical. On top of all that, he has a lot of trust in his arm. He's not afraid to attack tight windows. If he can continue to develop, continue to hone this obvious talent, he could really be a special player in this league. That quarterback called that play in the huddle. That ball was only going to one guy. He was the first read, the second read, and the check down, and it was called to perfection. They got the perfect look and led to a nice game.
They'll motion over Thielen. Now here's Aaron Jones. And nothing doing there. Only back to the line of scrimmage. It'll be an early third down coming up.
Well, this play, Mike, was clearly about the job of this defensive line. Great job holding their ground, forcing these blockers to be stood up. Nowhere to go for this running back, and they hold him to no gain.
They'll try and throw it with McCarthy. He'll try to run for it. And McCarthy's going to get down and pick up the first down. Good, smart play with the slide by J.J.
That's good for a Vikings first down. 1st and 10 at the 46-yard line.
This is exactly how it's supposed to look on third down. His eyes are downfield, nothing materializes. He quickly decides he can do it himself, picks up the first down, and then to protect himself with the slide, well done.
They go sideline, and he stays in bounds. Got the feet down in time. It's a first down.
That's another.
He'll get a new set of downs. It's a gain of 19.
1st and 10 at the 35-yard
Really nice throw
line.
there. The ability to throw the ball out on the perimeter. Yes, arm strength and all that, but it's also timing. The timing of the route. When is that wide receiver coming out of his break to deliver that ball accurately as his head comes around? If the ball's thrown too early, the receiver's not ready. If the ball's thrown too late, that's when disaster strikes. Well, nothing doing here, and I think you can see pretty early on. Now, while he's trying to remain patient and see if a hole pops, it's just too slow of a developing play. He never gets into the teeth of the defense at all and ends up being taken down for a loss.
Throwing on 2nd down is McCarthy. That's going to be incomplete. Coverage very good there. Contact jarring the ball loose, and it's going to force 3rd down.
And they got the look they were hoping for, one-on-one on the outside. He's just unable to hold on to it through contact, and I think that was a big opportunity missed.
To the air on 3rd down is McCarthy. A ball deep for the end zone. That one broken up in the end zone. It's incomplete. What great work just to get those hands up there. And now it's fourth down.
Little miscommunication there. Now brings up third down. It just doesn't appear that the quarterback and the wide receiver were on the same page on that last pass.
On fourth down, it's Will Reichard time for this Viking field goal. This one off the upright. He had the distance, but it's no good. And this will remain a scoreless game.
And that's just a tough way to finish off what was a good opening drive. And obviously, as a kicker, you have to have a short memory, but you can bet he'll be thinking about that one the rest of the way.
They'll run it for the first time with Bijan Robinson. And this play going nowhere. He is taken down behind the line of scrimmage on their first play of the game.
I can promise you that is not how they wanted to start this drive, Mike. I mean, to get blown up at the point of attack, there was just nowhere for the back to go on that run.
Lost one on the last play, so now it's 2nd and 11. Mooney in motion. Another run here for Robinson. And he's out of bounds inside the 45-yard line. 14 on the pickup. First down, Atlanta.
Really nice explosive play there on the ground. And tell you what, for these fans sitting in the stadium, they're not used to seeing their home team pushed around. So continue to be physical at the line of scrimmage. Mix in the runs with the pass, and they can continue to generate these big explosive runs.
And they're going to get to him and take him down, take him back to the other side of midfield. Jonathan Grenard. He gets in to drop him. It's a loss of 8.
And now we're seeing the game kind of go back and forth. Each team trading blows, trying to establish control over the other. Nice chunk play on the previous play. The defense responds back with a sack, and we're going to see which team can establish a little bit more of this control as the game unfolds.
Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. Off the play fake, here's the lefty Penix. Jonathan Allen getting in for the sack. That's going to lead to 3rd and very long.
And these are the type of splash plays that can have an impact, especially as the game goes on. So offensive line has to do a better job to make sure that they have this protection shored up and that this isn't a sign of things to come.
So backed up after the sack, and now it's 3rd and long. Pitts is the man in motion. Now Penix on 3rd and long. Taking off, he'll try to get there. And he'll get this forward for positive yardage as he covers up in the end.
And that's a great job defensively here on 3rd down. Not only taking away all the options down the field through the air, but when the quarterback decides to turn into a runner himself, they're able to converge and make the play and keep him short of the first down.
And that one not returnable, out of bounds right at the 20-yard line. The Vikings offense ready to possess the football for the 2nd time. They'll search for the first points of this game as they begin the drive on 1st and 10. Play action now. It's McCarthy. Looking for Jefferson deep downfield. That'll be batted away. Incomplete. Coverage very strong defensively. It's second down.
So, Mike, regardless of what everyone else is playing, anytime there's a one single high safety, whether everyone's in man or zone, he's really just a full field zone defender. His job is to just help everyone across the board. And there's an element of instincts, there's an element of understanding offensive game plan,
and he's going to somehow manage to get back to the line of scrimmage, but that's it. It'll be third down.
Early in this drive, they're trying to establish some offensive rhythm, but now after that second down sack, really puts them in a must pass. You don't want to be in third and long very often in the NFL. It's not a very high percentage conversion rate, and with the danger of a 3 and out, they better hold up here in pass protection.
That one into the hands of Jefferson. And he's very close to a first down, but it doesn't look like he got there. And yes, they're going to mark him a yard short.
The initial reaction is, how does this quarterback not throw the ball past the first down line to gain to try to extend this drive? And the reality is, because they've already decided they're going to go for it on fourth down.
So on fourth down, out comes Ryan Wright to punt for Minnesota. The Falcons are going to send Jamal Agnew deep to return. A fair catch called and taken right at the 30-yard line. The Falcons offense ready for their second possession. They were forced to punt first time they had it, but they'll try again in this scoreless game. It's 1st and 10. The drive will begin here with a run by Robinson. And he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. That's about all.
Well, they try to get the run game started here early on this drive, Mike, and they're just going to have to do a better job up front. There's really nowhere for this ball carrier to go. You never want to lose yards on first down, but that's exactly the case here.
On second down, Penix. He's got this to Bijan Robinson. And he's out of bounds inside the 45-yard line. That one good for 29.
And I think this is going to be a matchup they exploit the rest of the game. They go to it here early to test it. And I think with those results, it's something they should continue to come back to, because I'm not sure the defense has a matchup for that running back.
They'll throw on first down with Penix. He'll step up and run this. And they'll take this down inside the 35. 10 yards on the scramble there. And he picks up the first down.
You know, Mike, I like everything about this play except the very end. You've already picked up good yardage. You've already picked up the first down. Now get down on the ground and protect yourself. There's no reason to take those shots.
There he goes again.
So often the best pass defense is a good pass rush, and that's exactly what we saw here. The pass rush disrupted this play from the very start. The quarterback has all of his attention on the rushers rather than his receivers downfield. All he can manage to do is get back to the original line of scrimmage.
2nd and 10. From the gun, it's Penix. That is caught to the goal line and in. Ray McCloud. Touchdown Falcons.
But you think back to their first possession of this game, Mike, it resulted in a punt. Not exactly the fast start the coaches told us was so important as this game unfolds. They get the ball back for possession 2. Now they try to find some rhythm, find their identity of the game plan, and they come away with 6. So that's how you bounce back in this league. It's not always going to be perfect. Really nice job settling into this game here with their second possession.
Koo able to add the extra point. And the Falcons will take a 7-0 lead. Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. Price now to return it. Across the 20, they'll mark him down before the 25-yard line. And that's where the offense will take over. The Vikings offense ready to come back out for this next possession. They'll begin with 1st and 10. On play action, here's McCarthy. This one broken up. It's incomplete. The defender right there with him. It brings up 2nd down.
And that's exactly what every defense is trying to do in the passing game. They want to muddy up these windows, Mike, make every throw as contested as possible. No separation, contact right at the catch point, and does a great job forcing the incomplete pass.
They fake the jet sweep and will hand it up the middle. And he is stopped in his tracks. Loss of a couple on the play.
So this time they're trying to use the run game to attack the boundary side of the field, and the defense is really fast in their pursuit. Really nice effort there from the backside, and they're able to bring him down this time for a loss.
3rd and long. From the shotgun, it's a throw from McCarthy. Nowhere to go. He is taken down.
And this is a great example of what can happen when you play complementary football. The back end holds up nicely in coverage, and then that front 7 is able to wreak havoc and put an end to this play.
Here's Ryan Wright now, as he'll hit this from just outside of his own goal line. That'll be returnable from the 35. And he's going to be brought down after a short return, and that's where his team will get possession of the football. Here comes the Atlanta offense now. They get set to take over once more. They lead it here early 7-0. As they start with a 1st and 10. 3 tight ends in the game to start the drive. They'll start on the ground with Robinson. And he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. That's about all.
So the offense trots out the old jumbo package. So they bring out 3 tight ends, big bodies, but the defense kind of sees it coming. They've got to change it up. You can't be so predictable. Big bodies run, small bodies pass, and I think that's a little bit of what's going on here.
On 2nd down, here's Penix. He is hit before he can get rid of it, and down he goes. Jonathan Grenard in for the sack. It is a loss of 8, and now it's 3rd down.
If there's any silver lining for this drive, Mike, it's the fact that at least this sack occurred on an early down. So I guess technically they have a chance to claw themselves out of this hole, but that's the 3rd sack of the game. And this defense doesn't show any signs of slowing down.
Work to do following the sack. It is 3rd and long. From the gun on 3rd down, here's Penix. And they will continue to go backwards. He's taken down for a sack.
If you can't protect the quarterback in the NFL, you might as well just throw your entire playbook in the garbage. Everything starts there. And with the amount this quarterback's been hit and taken down here in the 1st quarter, are we confident that we're going to be able to even see him in the game come the 2nd?
Here's Bradley Pinion now, and he'll be looking for something better after that poor first punt. This brought in out past the 20. And he'll be brought down. Short return. And they'll take over there. The Vikings offense starting to trot out for this next possession. They'll see if they can put something together here, beginning with 1st and 10. In motion, Naylor. Look, play action here with McCarthy. He'll be out of bounds. That's a decent pickup of 5 on 1st down.
This is a great example of why teams want to stay out of what they call passing downs, where a defense doesn't have to honor the run. In this case, they do, and man, the play action pass just works off of that and can really lead to some chunk plays.
They'll fake the give, and now it's McCarthy. And they'll get him down after a gain of 5, but that is enough for a 1st down.
Gain on the play. And the Vikings, 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line.
So we are through 1 here on Sunday Night Primetime. It's the Falcons with the early lead. More from the Twin Cities in a moment. Vikings football as we begin this 2nd quarter. We'll go 3 tight ends here on 1st and 10. As we are ready to get back underway. The defense stringing them out. No gain back to the original line of scrimmage.
He was brought down by
you can tell the entire time that running back is just looking for his crease to get vertical and cut back. But the defense does a great job. Inside-out pursuit, strings this ball out towards the sideline. Nowhere to go, and they make a big stop for no gain.
McCarthy to the air on 2nd down. Throw here down the field. Will fall. Incomplete. He was looking for T.J. Hawkinson on that one.
He was covered by
and it's going to be 3rd down.
As this offense continues to put anything together and score some points, they need to just take a step back. Then you say, okay, we've struggled here in the 1st half putting points on the scoreboard. Don't worry about chasing points. Let's chase 1st downs. Let's chase completions. Just start building something small. And oftentimes when you take that approach, it snowballs, and next thing you know, you find your groove. I think this is one of those plays that when the ball carrier watches this back in the film room tomorrow, he's going to be a little frustrated with himself. If he could just have made that one guy miss, he picks up the 1st down. Instead, he gets brought down short of the sticks. And now they got a 4th down decision to make.
On comes the punter now, as he is on to punt for Minnesota. And a pretty good result there. That's out of bounds right at the 10-yard line. The Falcons offense ready to get back to work. We'll see how they want to attack things here, backed up deep in their own end. It's 1st and 10. They'll start this one with a 3 tight end look. Now a handoff, the tight end in the running game.
The tight end, the ball carrier. He was brought down at the 13-yard line. A 3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7.
2nd down, they need 7. A gift, and here comes Robinson. And this will be a Falcons 1st down as he'll get this up to the 25.
And these are the explosive runs that open everything up. There's all this conversation about the value of the run game, but when you take a look at the best running teams, Mike, it's not necessarily how many yards they run for, it's how many big plays do they generate on the ground. And when you can generate big plays on the ground, it makes everything so much more difficult for the defense.
Off he goes.
Initially, Mike, a really good job by the defense. Nowhere to go with the ball for this quarterback. He's forced to pull it down and turn into a runner. A little slow reaction, and he's able to actually pick up a pretty good gain.
From the 32-yard line now, here's 2nd down and 3. On the handoff, it's Robinson. And not much there. Good defense. Held to no gain.
He sniffed that one out from the jump. I mean, once he diagnosed and knew where the ball was going, he got there in a hurry, and he put an end to that play really before it ever got started.
They'll come up to 3rd and 3. Pitts is the man in motion. Penix on 3rd down. Open man, right side. He's got it. And he's down inside the 40-yard line. It is a big play there for the Falcons. And even 30 yards.
This defense just gets punched in the mouth on that one, Mike, and it just seemed from up here that not everyone on defense was on the same page, and the offense was able to take advantage of it. The defense has to clean things up here in a hurry, because if they don't, they could be in for a long day.
A pickup of 14 on that one. It's good for a Falcon 1st down.
Mike, I think every offense would love to be able to call designed runs for their quarterback, but it's so dependent of who that quarterback is. And for this team, to be able to have that guy behind center, it just adds a different element to what they can do on offense. The best quarterbacks don't see the rush, they feel the rush, and that's exactly what this guy was able to do here. He's able to escape the initial pressure and immediately realizes, I got some space out in front of me. Picks up a solid gain here on 1st down.
Here's a 2nd and 3 forthcoming. It's a give up the middle to Robinson. And that won't get a whole lot. Maybe a yard. That's it.
And after that short run, puts them a little bit closer to the 1st down marker. They're going to need to create more running room on the ground if they plan on extending this drive.
They've moved the ball well here, but now face 3rd and 2. Pitts is the man in motion. 3rd and 2. And Penix in trouble, and he's going to be taken down.
In this defense, they just continue to put in a great night's work. I mean, Mike, you think whether it's been blitz schemes, stunts, whatever you name it, this offensive line has had its hands full. They have allowed their quarterback to be hit way too many times.
Fourth down, and the Falcons turn to Younghoe Koo for the field goal. This a 42-yard attempt. Koo's kick is good. And the Falcons will extend to a 10-0 lead.
And this is what you want. I mean, you clearly have the advantage, but you want to continue to apply pressure. Can you score every time you get the ball? They're able to do that here. They tack on 3 and extend their lead.
So the lead is now 10-0 as this kicks away. Price now to return it. And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line. Out comes the Minnesota offensive unit as they get set to take over. And nothing doing from the offense just yet. Down 10-0 as they come up with 1st and 10. Now, this looks like a design run, and he maneuvers his way forward, a gain of 6.
And these are body blows on any defense. This quarterback has the ability to make guys miss and do a lot of damage in the run game, and that's a nice pickup there.
From the 35, here's 2nd and 3. Off the play fake, it's McCarthy. The 2nd down throw is incomplete.
I think the biggest issue and why they find themselves trailing in this game, Mike, has really just been the ups and downs of this passing game. At sometimes, he's highly accurate and efficient, but at others, he just misses too many easy throws. Question is, are they going to be able to overcome this quarterback inconsistency and pull this game out?
McCarthy from the gun here on 3rd down. And it looks like he's going to have a 1st down. Nothing fancy there. Short completion, but it yields a fresh set of downs.
Vikings, 1st down.
So there's a saying in the NFL, Mike, short throw, long catch, and that's exactly what they wanted to go with here. Operate in the quick game, don't stress the protection, and while he didn't get necessarily the big play, he does get enough to move the chains.
That's quickly out wide to Thielen, and no chance to turn and go. That one good for just a couple.
Receiver just finds himself in a really nice groove, and there's these weird times in the game, Mike, where it just seems like every ball comes your way, every play they call, you're wide open, and you just find yourself in one of those grooves that athletes talk about. So they got to continue to ride the hot hand, because right now on that field, there's no mistaking who it is.
And he's out of bounds inside the 45-yard line. That's catch 3 just on this drop, and it gets his team a 1st down.
They do a really nice job of picking up the pressure, and that's what allows him to have the time to go through his entire progression. He sees his check down wide open, gets the ball into his hands, and he does the rest.
Now, faking the give. He's got his man on the in route. Yes, taken in over the middle. Nice chunk here in this good-looking drive. Pickup of 14 and a 1st down.
1st down. 1st and 10.
There's this misconception out there, Mike, that in the NFL, you have to run the same amount of run plays as you do pass plays. And as you're seeing in this drive, you can fall on one side of that coin a little bit more as long as you're able to remain effective and efficient. So far, their passing game has dominated here early, and that last pickup leads to a 1st down.
And this takes him into the red zone. He's brought down inside the 20-yard line. That's a gain of 11, and they'll move the chains with another 1st down.
1st and 10 at the
Up until that
18-yard
run,
line.
this 1st half, it's kind of been tough sledding here for this run game. They'd love to see him get going. That last big pickup's going to go a long way.
On 1st and 10, it's McCarthy. It's to the left side and taken in by Jefferson.
A bit of a quick hitter here, and what you're hoping for, Mike, is that the defense can't react quickly enough because the ball's coming out so hot. But they knew it was coming, and they end up holding them to just a short gain.
They face 2nd down and 7. To throw is McCarthy. To the right side, he's got Hawkinson, his tight end. And they'll work this close to a 1st down, maybe just a tad short.
3rd down.
Here's 3rd down and a few inches. It's the quarterback with the sneak. And he's going to have the 1st down. Just past the marker. It is 1st and goal.
That's good for a Vikings.
And with that run, it puts them on the doorstep of the end zone. This has been a really impressive series up into this point, Mike. I mean, so much that anything less than a touchdown kind of feels like a letdown.
He'll get this out wide, and they'll get this down to the 3, but no further. It'll be 2nd and goal. Jones. Ah, this defense backed up, but they bring the fire there. Stop him before he can get past the 3-yard line.
Brings up third
And after
goal.
putting together what's been a long and methodical drive, they suddenly find themselves on the verge of potentially stalling out. So this defense, they can get a stop here. That would feel like a pretty big win on a drive that's largely been dominated by the offense.
Here comes the screen to Jones. And he'll get into the end zone. Aaron Jones. Touchdown, Minnesota. On now for the extra point. Here's Will Riker. The kick is good. The Vikings are on the board. It's 10-7.
Vikings 7. Will
Riker out now, following the touchdown, as he kicks this one away. Jamal Agnew now to return. He's across the 20, taken down just shy of the 25. The Falcons offense ready to get back at it. They lead by a field goal as they go to work with a 1st and 10. From the gun, here is Penix. And he got rid of that one quickly before the receiver even knew what was going on. That's incomplete.
I'm not so sure he would have picked up the first down had they connected either way, but still, disappointing outcome to not at least get a handful of positive yards on that last one.
We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. Out of the shotgun, it's Penix. Scrambling to his left. He runs with it. Big gain on the ground here as he takes this up past the 40-yard line. Now a timeout, Atlanta. That's their first, and they'll stop it with a tick under a minute to go until halftime. So they come to the line for 1st down and 10. Now Penix. And he'll just get rid of this. Smart play to throw it away. And that'll set up 2nd down.
Nice example there, Mike, of the quarterback just being smart with the ball, understanding it didn't quite develop the way he had intended. Throw that ball out of harm's way, live to play another down.
They'll try again here. 2nd and 10. Here's Penix. That'll be caught by the running back, Robinson. And he'll be stopped short of the 1st down. He's able to look it in and get forward for a pickup of about 8.
There's a lot of ways to get the ball in the hands of your running backs, and it's not always by just handing it to them. In this case, it's a simple check down, picks up a good gain, brings up 3rd down.
It's going to be 3rd. They need 1. They'll try to run for it with Robinson. And he's going to have a Falcons 1st down. They get 5 on 3rd and 1. Falcons go ahead and take their 2nd timeout. They'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go until halftime. On 1st and 10, it's Penix. Short throw taken by Pitts. And they'll take this down inside the 35. First time they've looked his way tonight. Good time to do it. It's a first down.
The thing that jumps out to me the most, Mike, is just how often the quarterback is able to throw the ball to his first read in the progression. So hats off to the play caller. Him and the quarterback seeing the game through the exact same set of eyes, and there is a lot of room to operate.
Out is Younghoe Koo to try the field goal. This will be a 48-yard attempt. He is 2 for 2. That kick is good. And the Falcons going to tack on 3 more, extending the lead here late in the first half.
Nice job there securing points with that final play. Of course, they would have loved to have come away from that possession with a touchdown, but I think they're going to be happy with 3 going into the break.
Final second now of this first half as this one is away. A couple of yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he's going to be taken down. That is going to do it for us in this first half.
Okay, Mike, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to the Orlando studios. Scott Hansen with you for a quick halftime report. We'll let both sides catch their breath and get their orange wedges as we're going to get ready for the third quarter action. So let's go back out to the stadium as we rejoin our broadcast team, Mike Tirico and Greg Olson.
Scott, thank you. Both teams trying to find the right formula and come out on top in this tight one as we hit the second half. First half played out a bit as we expected. We'll see if there's a surprise coming up. Both teams set to go, and the second half is underway. And this will work out quite well. He'll get it all the way out to the 30-yard line. Here's Bijan Robinson, and the Falcon offense set for their next drive. And you look at his numbers as a pass catcher in this one. They've lined him up in different spots, shifted him around, and they've made him a real weapon in the passing game. And he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. That's about all.
The best linebackers at this level, Mike, they have all the physical attributes. That's a given. But it's really their instincts. It's their ability to dissect and predetermine where the ball is going before the ball is even snapped. And you could see with how fast he met the back at the point of attack, he knew exactly what play was coming.
And he'll get nothing here. Back to the line of scrimmage, and that's all.
How often do we see linebackers be so fast trying to track down the ball carrier that they end up actually overrunning the play and allowing the running back to cut back? But not this guy. Does a great job staying in phase, stretching this ball out sideways, and he brings him down for a loss.
On third down, Penix. Now, deep ball for London. And this is going to be incomplete. That is great work there, making things difficult defensively. It'll set up a fourth down.
And that's exactly how you teach it. They want these defenders to time the hit, that right when the ball gets there, you separate the receiver from the ball. And those are the ones on offense, man. You just have to make that catch, Mike. I know it's easier said than done, but you know the hit's coming. You've got to squeeze that thing, brace for impact, and make that play for your offense.
Now the return. And he'll get forward a few yards on the return. And that's where the offense will take over. The Vikings offense ready for their first possession of this second half. The deficit, 6 points. So a touchdown here would be mighty nice for the offense. See what they can do on this drive. 1st and 10. They'll run it with Jones to begin this drive. And they bring him down, but not until he gets the 45-yard line. A gain of 14. Good for a quick first down.
The ability to be effective on first down, Mike, it just makes everything else easier. In the event you do have to face a third down the road, they're usually a lot more manageable situations, a lot easier to convert.
On the draw, here's Jones. This time the sledding becomes a little more difficult. They're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage.
When you call a draw, Mike, what you're counting on is that the defense is in full pass mode. The linebackers and secondary are getting a lot of depth in their drops. The defensive line is just racing up the field thinking, I'm going to sack the quarterback. In this case, they're not so lucky. Not only do they not catch him off guard, they're not able to pick up any yards.
Again, it's Jones. And he'll get forward for about a yard. Mike Hughes is there with the tackle.
Mike Hughes brought him down. A 1-yard pickup brings up 3rd and 8.
They need 8 as they come up for 3rd down. They'll motion over Thielen. To the air on 3rd down is McCarthy. That's to the sideline and intercepted. That's the safety, Jesse Bates.
I think anytime you find yourself trailing in the second half, Mike, all offensive play callers fight the urge to chase those points. They tend to get a little bit over-eager. They tend to push the envelope sometimes a little too far. Those turnovers, they only make the deficit grow, not shrink. Now, there's a lot of football left, Mike. They can still get back into this. They just have to be a little bit smarter about which risks you're willing to take.
Mooney in motion. And here's Bijan. And he'll work this forward to the 35. He's tackled down by Byron Murphy.
A 3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7.
Second and 7. On play action, Penix. No chance at all. He'll go down. Jonathan Grenard in for the sack. It's a loss of 9 and sets up 3rd down.
And the big guys up front in the offensive line just continue to not be on the same page. And we've seen it time and time again here today. This pass rush remains one step ahead of them, and it's the quarterback who continues to pay the price.
It is 3rd and long. From the gun, it's Penix. That is knocked away downfield, incomplete. He made sure not to let the receiver get behind him. 3rd down stop sets up 4th down.
I like the fact that they took a shot on 3rd and long, right? A lot of offenses in that situation would be a little bit more conservative playing for the 4th down punt. They're trying to pick up a big chunk play through the air, but now that you can't connect, it all but guarantees you got to punt this ball away as it brings up 4th and a mile.
And not much doing there. They made sure he would not get free. The Vikings offense makes their way back out to the field for their next possession. They'll start out 1st down and 10. The drive begins with a carry by Jones. And he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. That's about all.
And they've really done a nice job defensively holding them in check. I mean, ideally, you'd want your back to average around 4 yards a pop, but they're falling short of that threshold as of now, and partially it's why they find themselves trailing at this stage in the game.
On second down, here's McCarthy. They'll get maybe 3 out of that one, and it's going to set up third down.
And this is where the versatility of the tight end position really starts coming into play. Not only do they have to line up with their hand on the ground, but they can occasionally split out in the slot. And man, they're too fast for linebackers, and a lot of times they're too big for defensive backs.
From the gun, here's McCarthy. That one into the hands of Thielen. He's got it. He's going to have the first down, so they convert on third down with a pickup of 9.
First down. First and 10 at the 45-yard line.
He's in a really nice rhythm here on third down. He appears very comfortable operating out of the gun, and he's able to find his man near the sideline, and he's able to extend this drive.
Here's first and 10. On the ground now with Jones. Down the sideline, past the 40. And he's going to be brought down, but not until he gets inside the 35. A gain there of 21. It'll be a Vikings first down.
There's 2 elements to a successful run play, and the key is having them aligned. The offensive line needs to block according to the play and create space, but the back has to hit that space at the appropriate time. And this is a clear example as to why it leads to big gains.
And they are in great shape. He's taken down inside the 10. It is a gain of 23 yards, and now they'll have 4 shots at it. It's first and goal.
This is a really nice job of just finding a hole in coverage, Mike. And I used to say, hey, when you're open, stay open. That's the art of route running versus zone coverage, and it's a friendly target for the quarterback in space. And
he's in! J.J. McCarthy, touchdown Vikings. He's got another one. His second touchdown of the evening. The defense comes up with the coverage, but they cannot keep up with the speed as the quarterback scrambles to the end zone for the touchdown.
Legs can be the most dangerous. The defenders are trying to match backs, match tight ends and receivers, but often it's the quarterback that has no one assigned to him, and in this case, he's able to capitalize and run it in himself.
Riker good with the extra point. And the Vikings move out in front by a point. It's 14-13. All right, Scott, thank you. This one still anyone's game. We'll see who can come out with the hot hand as our second half is about to get underway. Reichert out now, following the touchdown, as he kicks this one away. Agnew on the return. He'll get across the 20, mark him down to the 23-yard line. Well, Falcons offense getting those helmets back on, ready to head out for their next possession. The deficit is 1, as they'll search now for that go-ahead score. Operating from their own 23, they'll begin first and 10. They motion the slot man left. They'll go play action now with Penix. Left side, he's got McLeod. And he's not going to get too far, tackled after a gain of just a yard.
All right, so anytime you're facing the blitz, the best thing you can do as an offense is just get the ball out of your hand. Get into the hands of receiver, run after catch. In this case, nice job by the defense, rallying to the ball. Modest gain.
Plant it's Penix. And he's going to go down yet again. He has been under fire all game long. Andrew Van Ginkel. He gets in there to drop him for a big loss. And now it's 3rd and long.
Mike, this isn't real complicated. You're just not going to win a lot of NFL games when you continue to give up sacks at the rate that they are. I mean, this is just a complete disaster for this offensive line, and if they don't get it fixed, this game could be a runaway.
So, backed up after the sack, and now it's 3rd and long. From the gun on 3rd down, here's Penix. That one too far out in front. It is incomplete. Trying to get it to Kyle Pitts. And it's going to be 4th down.
The offense just couldn't seem to get anything going that drive. They knew they had a long way to go taking over possession that deep in their own territory. You want to pick up that 1st down and see if you can capitalize some momentum. Instead, the errant throw brings up 4th down, and they're going to have to punt it away.
And he's going to be brought down after a short return, and that's where his team will get possession of the football. Here comes Aaron Jones and the Viking offense as they take over once more. Their lead is just a point as they begin it on this drive with 1st and 10. To the right side, this is Jones. And he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. That's about all.
Great job by that linebacker timing his blitz. He didn't give any indication to the offense that he was coming. And he's able to get through that hole and take the ball carrier down for a loss.
2nd and 10. They'll run the toss here with Jones. Once again, this defense up to the task. They stop him for no gain yet again. And now it's 3rd down.
We got to see a little taste of just the range this defense can play with. How well they can flow outside as this play gets stretched out. No problem for them not only to track the runner down, but stop him before he gets back to the line.
Working out of the shotgun, it is McCarthy. This one down the field, but it lined up incomplete. Jalen Naylor was the intended receiver that time. And it's going to bring up 4th down.
I think as the offense comes to the sideline now, the quarterback and his wide receivers need to get together and say, hey guys, what are you seeing out there? How can we find some open targets? Because on that last down, there was nowhere to go with the ball.
Now a fair catch, and it's going to be a long field. They'll take over right about their own 13. The Falcons offense about ready to take over once more. They'll begin inside their own 15-yard line. So a lot of real estate to cover. It's 1st and 10. Off the play fake, here's the lefty Penix. That's caught right side, it's London. And he's going to be taken down up around the 24-yard line. Just his 1st catch, they have held him in check so far, but that one gives him a 1st down. They'll throw on 1st down with Penix. And is downfield to the tight end Pitts. And he's going to be marked down, bringing it all the way to the 25-yard line. A big play and a much-needed one as well. And even 50 yards.
What can I say, Mike? Good things happen when you get the ball to your tight end, but in all seriousness, Think about what this guy has to handle in the passing game. Not only to be the possession guy, convert first downs underneath, but then have the ability to be the matchup to get downfield and be vertical in the passing game. There's not a lot of tight ends around the league that can do both, and when you have them, I don't blame the quarterback for looking his way.
On the tackle. 8 yards on the pickup. Brings up 2nd and 2 at the Vikings 17-yard line.
They'll come to the line now on 2nd and 2. They run over center with Robinson. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. Nothing more.
He does a nice job coming from his safety position, filling his run gap assignment, and keeps this to a modest gain at best.
Here's 3rd and 2. Another run here for Robinson. And the Falcons are going to be set up with 1st and goal. He couldn't quite break the plane. They'll have it at the 1-yard line.
1st and goal at the 1-yard line.
What a great run down here inside the red zone, Mike. It's so important that you still can run the ball. Great job here by the back. I thought for a minute he was going to score. He gets it all the way down inside the 1, and I wouldn't be surprised.
And he will take this one across into the end zone. Bijan Robinson, touchdown Atlanta. A lot of big bodies down there, but at the end of the day, the one that mattered, the one with the ball, finds the end zone for the touchdown.
Yeah, once that back gets the ball, Mike, he's just looking for a little crack of daylight, and he's thinking, I'm going to run into it and just hope I come out the other side. And in this case, the other side's the end zone, and they get 6.
Now Penix and the Falcons will line it up and go for 2.
The Falcons will line up for the 2-point conversion.
They'll run with Robinson. And this time they stop him short of the goal line. Touchdown a moment ago. No 2-point conversion to add on as they come up empty. Scott, thank you. Both teams trying to find the right formula as they come out for the second half. It's about to get underway. The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. Ty Chandler now to bring it back. And it'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. The Vikings offense ready to take over possession of the football. The deficit is 5, so they'll try to put a drive together here, and they'll begin it with 1st and 10. Jones, and he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. That's about all.
The tackle made by Jesse Bates. A loss of a yard brings up 2nd and 11 at the 26-yard line.
So, 3 quarters now in the books. And Sunday Night Primetime continues after this. Throwing on 2nd down is McCarthy. That one out of the reach of the receiver's outstretched arms. It is incomplete. He was seeking out the veteran Adam Thielen that time. And 3rd down coming up. McCarthy from the gun here on third down. 11 yards on the pass there. First down, Minnesota.
It's a gain of 11. And the Vikings, first down. First and 10 at the 37-yard line.
And this is a tricky part of the game for any defense. You find yourself protecting a late lead, and the age-old question is, do you remain aggressive? Do you try to just keep the ball from being thrown over your head and make everything be tackled and played in front of you? That's what every defensive coordinator struggles with, so they can't get too soft here as they try to hold on to this lead here late.
A 6-yard pickup brings up second down at the 44-yard line.
From the 44-yard line, here's 2nd and 3. Here's Jones. This defense all over this one. They get him down behind the line. It's a loss of a couple.
Taken down back
The
at the
key
42.
to great defensive line play is the get-off. When that ball moves, how fast can you get off the ball and get into the backfield? That's exactly what we saw here. Quick read, react, get off the block, take him down for a loss.
From the shotgun, it's a throw from McCarthy. Taking off, he'll try to get there. And he wisely hit the deck at the end of that one. No unnecessary shot there. It is a first down.
And the Vikings, first down.
Anytime a quarterback decides to tuck it and turn himself into a runner, you can just feel the sideline hold their breath. They're just hoping that he gets down, picks up enough for the first down, but more importantly, protects himself so he can get himself back up and continue on.
And this defense not fooled by the option. They stick with the running back and they get him down for no gain.
I know it's easy from up in the booth, Mike, but I think that's one of those zone reads where the quarterback needs to pull it and keep it himself. The defense was clearly keyed on the running back. Not much room in there. No gain.
In motion, it's Jefferson. On play action, here's McCarthy. That's deep for the back of the end zone. Good coverage there in the end zone, and is incomplete. Terrific work. They separated the man from the football, and it'll bring up third down.
9 yards to go.
That was a perfectly timed hit, and I think it actually saved 6 points, Mike. He got there just as the ball did, and I think it was the contact that separated him from the ball.
On third down, they'll set up to throw. He'll try to run for it. 10 yards on the scramble there, and he picks up the first down.
A gain of 10 yards. That's another Vikings first down. First and 10 at the 37-yard line.
This is an element that defensively you always have to be ready to defend. You can't just accept that it's a pass and be so consumed with the receivers downfield. You have to account for the quarterback as a scrambler. You can see why, as he's able to get out of the pocket and pick up the first down.
That one down the field, but it is incomplete.
It's been a bit of a pedestrian game for this quarterback and ultimately this passing game here today, Mike, and I know they all would have loved to connect on that deep throw. I think that stat sheet would have looked a whole lot different, but just a little off in their execution and leads to an incompletion.
McCarthy to the air on second down. Get this complete, it's Thielen over the middle. And they'll work this close to a first down, maybe just a tad short.
As a route runner, once you identify zone coverage like they were playing here, the key is find open space and stay in it. He did a nice job here because that was not a big hole. The quarterback had to put a little extra on that one, and they were able to make the completion.
They'll go with the sneak. Trying to find any seam he can, but the push too strong in the middle. He didn't get there. It's fourth down.
First down.
I don't want to take anything away from the quarterback here, Mike. He did a nice job picking up that first down. But this play is won or lost by the big guys up front. They're the ones who need to get off the snap on time, get leverage on the defender, and create the space needed for the quarterback to pick up the first down. And this is a great example of why it's so important on defense to sprint to the ball. His ability to make people miss is hard for one guy to get him on the ground. But when you can get everybody to the ball, eventually you can take them down. And in this case, they do it for a loss.
They'll run. This is Jordan Mason. And some good blocking at the point of attack. A pickup of 7, and it brings up 3rd down.
That's a gain of 7. Brings up 3rd and 3.
Here's McCarthy. And he does a nice job to avoid the initial wave. They're going to get him down behind the line.
That's a prototypical coverage sack. All 11 guys on the field doing their job. Starts with sound back-end coverage. Nowhere to go quick with the ball. The quarterback has no chance but to extend the play. Look for something late developing downfield. That was all the time this front needed to chase him down and bring him down for a sack.
Trailing late, they've got to go here. It's 4th down. On 4th down, here's McCarthy. He's got his man. It's Jefferson. And they continue to churn out 1st downs. What a drive. It continues now with 1st and goal.
For Vikings, 1st down. 1st and goal at the 6-yard line.
That's a really important pickup there on that last completion. Not only does it set up 1st and goal, but allows everybody in the huddle to just take a deep breath. We're no longer in this frantic offensive possession. Let's get our best play. Let's make sure everyone understands what to do, because we know we need to finish this off with 6 if we can. And now being 1st and goal is going to go a long way in allowing that to be possible. A loss was definitely not something they had accounted or budgeted for in this spot. And now I think it really limits, what do you feel comfortable dialing up here on 2nd and goal?
To throw is McCarthy. They're called in at the 2. And he'll take it on in. Justin Jefferson. Touchdown, Minnesota. What a game this has been. Back and forth we go, and that 4th quarter score changes the lead one more time.
And we've seen the lead go back and forth, Mike, and now the question is, can they get a stop? Can they find a way defensively to hang on to this lead and get themselves this big win?
Big spot here for the Vikings. They'll try to add on the 2-point conversion.
The Vikings
looking to throw. McCarthy. Oh, no chance there. Under a heavy rush, he goes down.
So they decide to put the ball in the air, which I don't mind on this 2-point try, but their execution was just a little bit off, and it's not going to work out in their favor this time around.
So now playing with the lead after that 4th quarter touchdown, trying to kick it back the other way. Ray McLeod on the return. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. Here comes the Atlanta offense now. They get set to take over once more. They'll start it here with a 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground with Robinson. And they'll be set up now. Up past the 40 with that one. About 15 yards to kick off the drive. It's a 1st down.
And the Falcon 1st down.
Well, really nice start here to the drive. Early down success. Every offensive coordinator is trying to find ways. How do we pick up 1st downs without having to get to 3rd down? We see it here. Big explosive run. Now the rest of the drive unfolds.
On 1st down, right back to Robinson. the strength on display, rattling through tacklers for a gain of 8 yards.
And as of right now, they find themselves trailing at the moment, but it's certainly not because of the ground game. I mean, he's averaging over 4 yards per carry. Just hasn't been enough to overcome some of their shortcomings elsewhere.
They'll go again with Robinson. And he's not going to get away. They're going to bring him down on the other side of midfield.
The offense thinks that they can just kind of plow this one up there in the middle and keep the chains moving, but not on this defense. Not only do they not pick up the first down, but after suffering that loss, now they've got some decisions to make on third down.
Penix on third down. Downfield, got a man, and he's got it. And he'll be taken down at the 10-yard line. A big one here in the fourth quarter. 42 yards.
Pretty easy to see why he continues to be a main focal point for this offense throughout the entire game. That play not only extends the drive, but now they find themselves in plus territory and hope to come away with some points.
They'll run with Robinson. Some room to run as he takes it down to the 2-yard line.
Brought down at the 2-yard line. A gain of 7 brings up 2nd and goal.
Second and goal. Out of the shotgun, it's Penix. To the end zone there, but it is incomplete.
They let a golden opportunity slip away on that one. That's the matchup that they wanted. They just couldn't quite capitalize on it.
For the lead, here is third and goal. Pitts is the man in motion. On third and goal, it's Penix. And he's in. Kyle Pitts. Touchdown, Falcons.
Touchdown, Atlanta.
Here we go now as we get set for a big 2-point conversion.
The Falcons will line up.
He's going to try to do it himself. And he will get into the end zone for the 2 and extend the lead to 7 points.
Vikings 20.
I love a quarterback draw. It has to be timed and run at the right moment. You can't get reckless with it. But man, they're thinking pass. You've got them all spread out. The patience to sell the pass, allow everybody to get deep into their drops, and the quarterback just simply takes it up the middle for an easy 2 points.
So a big change here. They go from down 1, score the touchdown, add the 2. Now they lead by 7 as they kick it off. He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start. Out comes the Minnesota offensive unit as they get set to take over. They'll do so with 1st and 10. Quickly out wide to Thielen. And he'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3.
A gain of 3 brings up second down at the 31-yard line.
From the 31, here is 2nd and 6. They'll motion over Thielen. Off the play fake, it's McCarthy. Open man, downfield, it's Hawkinson. And he's taken down inside the opponent's 35.
It's a gain of 35.
It's a big play when they needed it the most. 35 yards.
1st and 10 at the 34-yard line.
The most valuable real estate on the field, Mike, that every offense is trying to attack is the middle of the field. So when you have a tight end who's as good as this guy and you can get vertical down the middle, man, that is a nightmare for these defenses to deal with.
Plenty of time, all 3 timeouts left. It's 1st and 10. Jones. And he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. That's about all.
There's very few defenses in today's NFL, Mike, that you can play the cornerback position and be unwilling to tackle. Those days are kind of over, so give credit to this guy. I mean, he identified run, he understood his leverage and gap fit, and he's able to bring him down for no gain.
They fake the jet sweep and will hand it up the middle. And not much there. He's back to the original line. No gain on that one.
A loss of 1.
We spent so much time, Mike, talking about these defensive backs and their ability in pass coverage, but when you also have a defensive back that can make plays in the run game, especially behind the line of scrimmage, man, those guys are just so hard to find. That was a heck of a job here by this guy.
He'll let this go deep for the end zone. That one incomplete. Coverage outstanding there. Able to jar the ball free in a big spot, and now it is 4th down.
Great job there defensively, separating the man from the ball, and this is the moments of the game where you need your best players to step up. And this guy's showing what he's capable of doing in the game's critical moment.
Over the middle and take it in. He's got it. And he's going to pick up the Vikings' 1st down. They wind up with a gain of 11 on 4th down.
And now, after that catch, they've got a chance here late, Mike. They've got enough time to try to move this thing down. I think they can win the game on this possession.
Final minute, still 2 timeouts remaining as we get to 1st and 10. The RPO, that one is complete. And he'll try to use that size and push forward, but it will not work. They're going to get him down behind the line. Here's 2nd down. They'll drop to throw. That one down the field, but they cannot connect, and it's incomplete.
This is one of those situations that plays directly into the hands of the defense because think, Mike, they know this offense has to be one-dimensional. This has to be a pass. So what do? They bring in extra defensive backs. They clog up the back end, and at the end of the day, there's just nowhere for the offense to go with the ball.
To the air on 3rd down is McCarthy. That is incomplete. Here we go. They're down to what could be their final play. It's 4th down.
They desperately needed that one, Mike. Down here late, they've only got a few remaining snaps to go, and it puts all of the pressure of the game now on 4th down. Let's see what play call they have in a gotta-have-it situation. And right now, this quarterback needs to make his best throw in the biggest moment of the game. Finding yourself down to your final timeout, this is the moment. This is the drive that you have to find a way to extend if you're going to claw yourself back into this game. But the defense comes up with a huge stop, and that will all but end this game.
So here's a 1st and 10 now. They'll start from the 24. Victory very much in sight now as they'll take a knee. So it's a win for the visiting Falcons. They were the aggressors from the start, able to dictate the pace of play, and in the end, they come away with the victory. And that'll do it for my partner, Greg Olson. For our entire team, I'm Mike Tirico. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. With that, we say good night from Minneapolis.